Good morning. Welcome. Happy Friday. Happy first Friday of August. Welcome, friends. Welcome, neighbors. Welcome, everyone from all over the world, wherever you are. So wonderful to have you all here. So wonderful. Happy Friday, Sheila, Nancy, Anna, Alyssa, everyone. Your pictures flowing on my screen. Your smiling faces on your pictures, your little four legged friends, pictures of nature. Christina, Gloria, Joe, Teresa, Joanne, Tam. Welcome, Tam. Nancy, welcome back. Kenneth, welcome back. Anne, Helen, Vida, welcome back. Charlene, Wen. So wonderful to have you here. So, Ali, welcome. Good rising. So this week, I'm very excited, because I am going to Iceland on Sunday night. I'm leaving for Iceland, and I will have the opportunity to experience the total solar eclipse on August 12th and the meteor shower that follows it. And not only that, I get to give a keynote uh, speech on that same day in the morning. So I'm so excited, getting ready for it. Therefore, I won't be here next week, obviously. Uh, so next Friday, we don't have a live session, but we will continue the following Friday. You know, I was listening about this whole eclipse, listening, reading about it. And this one is a little bit apparently different than um, traditional eclipses, because I didn't know this. I'm so ignorant. Uh, Eclipses always come two in a row, with 2 weeks in between, like solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. And I've found out that in general, the lunar eclipse, solar eclipse happens in a full moon, and lunar eclipse happens in a new moon. Apparently, that's what I heard. I might be wrong, but that's what the person I was listening to was saying. And she said, but this one is different. Solar eclipse is happening in a new moon. It's a Leo new moon, a new moon on Leo sign. And the lunar eclipse is happening on a full moon. And as you know, new moons are always new beginnings, new startings to exciting things. And I feel like this is very appropriate, because I see this eclipse as an activation process for humanity. So even if you cannot see the eclipse, even if you cannot witness it with your own eyes, try to find out wherever you are, when is the time for the eclipse to happen. And at that moment, please just close your eyes and just send peace, send love, send compassion, send all the good emotions, all the good things you can think of to our Mother Earth, to our human beings. I will be in Iceland at the time on an altar, meditating, watching, experiencing the solar eclipse with I'm assuming around 3,000 people. And the more people join us, even if not in person, but in spirit, we can raise the collective consciousness. So please, 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 if you can, just find out in your local place what is the timing for solar eclipse. And please set a reminder on your calendar, on your set an alarm, and please meditate with us at that specific moment, even if for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. Know that I will be thinking of you there in Iceland. I will be representing you there. And you will be with me. If not in person, in spirit. Would that be okay? Would you do that? Will you do that? If yes, please say yes in the chat. Yes, please do. Please don't forget. This is important. You know, I was listening to something else the other day. And there are so many other people doing this exact thing, like on the eclipse day, creating a meditation session. Like the more, the merrier. Apparently, we need 1% of the population of the earth to be to have the coherence at the same moment, to shift the collective consciousness in the positive direction. Thank you for saying yes. So many people say yes here. Thank you so much. Please do. We need only 144,000 people at the same time thinking, feeling, praying, meditating on the same positive, same loving, caring, supportive, compassionate thoughts and feelings. We need only that much. And I am hopeful, I am positive that we will have even more than that, because humanity is rising, because human consciousness is rising, because humanity is awakening to the power, to the sovereignty, to the unity, community, compassion, love. We are learning that there are only two main emotions, and all other emotions are derivatives derived from those two. One is love, the other is fear. Love and fear. So for everything, with everything, we need to check in and think, is this coming from love or is this coming from fear? Check in. Whenever you're thinking something, whenever you're speaking something, always check in. Does it feel like love or does it feel like fear? When is this happening? On 12th of August, total solar eclipse, Juniper. So yes, I just wanted to, I didn't even plan about talking about this, but I think I have been channeling something. But if you can do it, I will be so happy, so happy. And I will be, as I said, I will be representing you, each and every one of you in Iceland, while looking at the sun hiding behind the moon. I will be thinking of you and praying for each and every one of you to have peace, love, joy, happiness, good health. And please, if you can, you do the same. That's all. Okay, let's go. Done. No, no, we're just starting, right? Because there's another thing I need to talk about. Um, but let me talk about the 2 weeks that we covered. We've been on a quite a journey, right, in this series of being the art of being, and we started 2 weeks ago. We asked the foundational question: who are you really? Beneath the name, the roles, the stories the world handed you. And we found the I am practice as a way of declaring something true from the inside rather than waiting for the outside to confirm it, to give it to us, to hand it to us. So last week we took it one step further, and we looked honestly at the belief that we have to earn our space in this world, where it came from, what it costs, and what it feels like in the body to begin releasing it. And today, we move into something that connects both of those sessions at a very practical level. Because here's the thing: you can know who you are, you can feel genuinely enough, and still miss your own life, still move through it without really being in it, still be in the most real sense somewhere else, right? And this session is called Being Present. And I want to say this immediately. I know that phrase gets used a lot. You heard it. Anyone and everyone and their uncle say, be present. It has become one of those things that sounds meaningful, but can slide into being a kind of instruction that nobody actually knows how to follow. Be present. Sure. But what does that mean in real life on a real Friday like this, when your mind is doing what minds do? That's what we are going to find out this morning. Though, before getting to that, I have one more thing. Actually, two things, but the first one. So today, as you know, is Friday, August the 7th. And tomorrow is August the 8th, 8-8. That's not a small thing. That's the Lionsgate portal that is opening each year. And we are in it because it opens around July 26th and runs for about 18 days. So up until August 12th, to just hand it to the solar eclipse. Isn't that amazing? And that's a Leo too. Leo, like solar eclipse, the new moon is in the sign of Leo. But the peak of this Lionsgate portal is on August 8th, 8-8. That's why we call it 8-8 Lionsgate. So tomorrow, and that carries something a little bit extra, like in steroids, because 2026 adds another 8. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. Oh, no, actually, it is a 10. I'm wrong. No, it's 881, actually. 881. I don't realize that. I don't. But 2 and 6. Okay, 2 and 6 make an 8. Let's settle with that. 2 and 6 make an 8. So 3 eights in numerology, when we look at the sign 8 or number 8, it carries the energy of infinity, right? Of abundance, of what flows when there is no obstruction. Infinity, it has been with me since I started my practice as a transformation coach, as a meditation teacher. And I write my articles under the title of Limitless Insights. My newsletter is Limitless Insights. And anywhere I write anything, it's under Limitless Insights. My books are published under Limitless Insights Publishing. So, and on both sides of that Limitless Insights statement, there are two infinite signs. Infinity, and at the end of my articles, for example, I have an infinity sign. It has been, I don't know, it's made its way to my life, and it stuck with me. And 8 8, the number 8 is the infinity sign, but it's just vertical, and it carries this energy of abundance too, of what flows when there is no obstruction. And the Lions Gate has, oh yeah, what do you say? Oh yeah, Gada says 882026 88171. Yes, that's the other 8. Yes, 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 yes. Correct. Yes, three eights. I knew it was a 3 8 somehow. Yes. So Lionsgate has ancient roots. The Egyptians marked it as the time when the great star Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, what the ancient world called our spiritual sun, rises together with our own sun at dawn. For the Egyptians, this was sacred, the annual flooding of the Nile, the renewal of the land, life returning. And they associated Sirius with the goddess Isis, with the divine feminine, with the force that gathers what has been scattered and makes it whole again. Egypt is important to me because I have ancestry in Egypt. One side of my father's fathers are like, I'm a lineage from Egypt, and I was in Egypt in January, and they are so, like, everything in Egypt is related with astrology, with stars, with galaxies, with Milky Way, with this, like, all kinds. And next year, actually, because we see this total solar eclipse, its activation, next year's is the initiation, and it's again in August. And where it's going to be observed the best? In Egypt. In Egypt. So next year I will be there in Egypt, and it's going to be the second longest total solar eclipse, over 6 minutes. So this year's solar eclipse going to be over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes or so. So imagine how, like, 3 times more powerful than this year's solar eclipse. So Egypt is rising. Egypt will come up to our consciousness more and more between now and then, and it's gonna be, we call it initiation. Initiation. To this year is activation, it's smaller. Next year is initiation, and the following year we call it ascension. It's gonna be in July, and it's gonna be observed best from Australia and New Zealand, and hopefully I will be in either Australia or New Zealand at the time. So a trilogy of eclipses, and it's starting this week, this year. So we are going through such exciting times, such amazing times. Don't feel hopeless, helpless, or sad, mad. Feel excited, because exciting things are happening for human beings. Exciting times we are witnessing. Everything is wonderful. So the astrology of this Lion's Gate is also extraordinary. We are in the reign of Leo, as I said. The third one is Ascension, Elizabeth, Ascension. So Leo rules the heart and carries themes of sovereignty, courage, leadership, love. How appropriate it is. So Leo is now. For 8 Lionsgate is Leo. And the total solar eclipse, the new moon is in Leo. It's bringing us more sovereignty, courage, leadership, good leadership, and love. And Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, also in Leo right now. I'm not saying this. Obviously, I read that. I'm not an astrologist, astronomist, nothing like that. But I read it and I find it really interesting how, and we went through the Barbos basket, right? Like magical things are happening. So when the Jupiter is also in Leo, it magnifies everything. And the North Node, apparently, which points toward where we are collectively being called, just shifted into Aquarius, the sign of community, of awakening, of collective rising. How amazing is this? How amazing times we are living in, guys. And the Lionsgate closes with a total solar eclipse on August 12th, which happens to be exactly when I will be in Iceland. And I don't believe in coincidences, not one like this. So we are sitting here on the eve of the 888 portal in a session called Being Present. And I want to say a portal is only a portal if you walk through it. And you can only walk through it by being here, not by passing by it, not by hearing and saying, oh, yes, not by catching the replay. Here, now, this morning. E.T. Matto says the South Node is in Leo now, so this eclipse is also calling us to let go if karmic patterns around being seen. Astrologer here. Oh, you are! Amazing! Amazing! I hope I'm not messing things up. Please correct me if I'm saying anything wrong, okay? So, the Lionsgate is asking for your presence, and that's exactly what we are going to practice today. So now that we covered that, before getting to our main topic again, I need to collect on something from last week. I gave you homework, remember? I asked you to take the thing you have been pushing away, the thing you keep delaying, the thing you look at and think, I am actually going to be able to do that. And I said, yes, you will. And I said, do it, do it, do it. And I said, yes, you can. And come back. I said, come back and report. So did you take any steps toward what you want to create, what you have been putting off? Anybody? I did. Do it. Yes, Neda. You don't have to tell us what it was, how much you did. Just tell us if you took even one small step toward that. Did you even remember? Yes. Alyssa, bravo. Teresa, yes. Yes. Ellie, yes. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. Christina, at the end of every night, one small genuine act. Oh my God. Joe, yes. Noni, I did. Yes, girl. Patricia, yes. You see how many people. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I want you to be proud of yourselves, please. A good hug to yourself. Mary says yes. Patricia, Judy, yes. Christina, and checked in twice a day. Oh my God. Oh my God, you remember. Amazing. Lisa, I worked on another YouTube with my beautiful old face in the shot. Yes, you are so beautiful as you are. You are beautiful. We all are beautiful. Anna, yes, I'm so proud of you. I'm so, you cannot make me happier than this. And if you didn't, Please do not judge yourselves. Please do not judge. Just commit to doing it this week. I give you 2 weeks. I won't be here next week. You have 2 weeks' time. If you didn't take any action, please do it. It's good times. Good times to take action. It's an initiation, like activation. August 12th is activation. Activate your gifts. Share your gifts with the world. Do not judge yourselves. Do it. Do not worry about who will judge you. Do it anyway. We cannot stop people from judging. We cannot. But who is giving the judgment power? Us. If you don't care about it, does it matter? If you are caring about it, then you are giving power away. I also told someone else, do it. Amazing. Okay, wonderful. Let's finally get to being present, shall we? It's half an hour. Oh my God. Being present. Let's begin. Let's take a big breath, but I am so overwhelmingly proud of you. All of you. All of you. So, being present. Being present. Let me be present now. Deb, thank you for your donation. I love you. Thank you. So, research on being present is really striking. Studies found that the human mind is somewhere other than where the person actually is for close to half of all waking hours. So, like, not occasionally, roughly half the time in an ordinary day, in ordinary conditions, the average person spends about the same amount of time in the present as they do somewhere else entirely. And when life is hard, that percentage goes even higher because the hard thing is in the past, often, or in the feared future, right? And the mind goes there automatically, trying to understand, trying to prevent, trying to solve, trying to make sense, right? Which means the actual present moment, the one where any real action or any real rest is possible, gets less and less of the available attention. So today is about reclaiming some of that attention. Not all of it, even if just some of it. Enough to begin living in the life you actually have rather than the one you're replaying or rehearsing. So let me actually tell you what presence is not rather than what it is. Because I think clearing the misunderstandings makes room for what's actually true. Presence is not being okay with what's happening. You can be fully present with something genuinely painful. A diagnosis, your financial situation, the grief you are going through. Presence doesn't ask you to make peace with difficult things. Okay? It asks you to actually be with them, sit with them, rather than simultaneously being with them and being in a different moment entirely. Presence is not a state of calm per se. You can be present and anxious at the same time. You can be present and angry at the same time. Present and exhausted. Present and sad. Presence is not a mood. It's a quality of your attention. It says, whatever is here, I am with it, rather than somewhere else in my head while it happens. And presence is not meditation. Meditation is one doorway to it. But you can be present washing the dishes, present in a conversation, present in a waiting room. The location doesn't determine the quality of your presence. The quality of the attention does. So now we talked about what presence is not. Let me hold on just one sec. I'm going to put this postcard. Follow me if you aren't already. So, presence is full contact with this moment as it actually is. Not the story about the moment, not the interpretation of it or comparison of this moment to a better moment in the past or an imagined better moment in the future. The moment itself. And the body is the only location where presence can live. Think about that for a second. The body is always in the present tense. Your body cannot be in yesterday. It cannot be in the next month. It is here in this room, breathing right now, feeling right now, registering the temperature of the air and the weight of itself in the chair right now. So when you return to the body, you immediately return to the now. Every single time you focus on your body, you are in the present moment. You are in now. This is why practices that work with physical sensation, breath, posture, movement are so effective for cultivating presence. They use the one thing that is inherently located in time to anchor a mind that is inherently inclined to fly away. The mind goes two places when it leaves the present, past or future, right? And both are useful, both are necessary because we remember, we have memories. It past holds learning, context that makes the present intelligible, and the future holds planning, intention, ability to act with foresight rather than just reaction. And we need both, right? The problem is not that the mind visits the past and the future. The problem is when it moves there compulsively and cannot stop, even when stopping would serve us better. When the past becomes a loop of replaying what went wrong, what was said, what we could have done differently, coulda, woulda, shoulda, then the replay brings no new information. It only brings more discomfort. And when the future becomes all about our fears, each one generating more anxiety, none of them help us actually prepare for anything real. Tam is asking, can one multitask with mindfulness? Of course. You can be like you can be doing anything and be mindful, be present with it. For example, when I have a session, I do sessions with companies, and they come and most why I do that is actually people who are working 9 to 5, like in corporate jobs, they are they need mindfulness the most because they are so further away from mindfulness that they live in so much in their minds, like right here, nothing here. They don't have connection, coherence. I want to be of service to those people, so to show them the way from here to here. And I ask them, for example, how many tabs you have open on your browser at this moment, right now, while you are listening to me, you are watching me, and they come up with numbers like north of 30, 40. How can you be present when you have that many distractions right in front of you? Like, you can't be. You can't. And if you are not 100% present doing anything, you are not giving your 100% to it in the first place. So, and they say like, yeah. And I urge them to close those tabs and be present. Give themselves permission to be doing one thing for an hour. And when the mind faces uncertainty and pain, yes, it doesn't have many options. It goes either to the past because it's familiar, or the future because um, we are trained and conditioned to do it. But when we bring ourselves back to the present moment, to our bodies, we see that presence offers somewhere else to go, somewhere more honest, more grounded, and in most cases, more manageable than the catastrophic futures our anxious mind creates. So, picture someone in the middle of a period of really difficult financial uncertainty, months of it. The habit of mind that developed could be this: every silent moment becomes an occasion for running the calculations and asking how long this lasts, what happens if this, what happens if that, what they should have done differently, what they could still do. The mind working constantly trying to solve the unsolvable. And the cost for that is every present moment they have. A simple meal with someone they love, and the mind running the numbers. A beautiful afternoon, and the mind is in a conversation that haven't happened yet. A moment of kindness offered by a friend, and the mind is too far to fully receive it. The difficulty is real, the uncertainty is real, but the person is not living inside the difficult present. Instead, living inside every possible difficult future simultaneously. Oh my God, that's exhausting. That is a heavier weight than any single actual day. So the present moment, even when it contains pain, contains only one day's worth of pain. The mind, left to itself, will try to carry every day's worth at once. I want to ask you something. It's your turn to speak a little bit. When life gets hard, where does your mind tend to go? To the past, or to the future, or somewhere else? Yeah, Lisa, gratitude is best. Yes. Corporations expect multitasking from staff. At a leadership turning class I once attended, it was explained how a person could only focus on one task. Yes, 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 exactly. Multitasking is out, Karen. Unitasking is in. Unitasking is the king, because then you do one thing properly 100%, and then move on to the second, rather than doing everything half-assed. Christina says future, future, always the future. Past, future, past, both, but more future. Future, past, past, future. Worst case scenario, doesn't matter, future or past. Hello, Jazz. Mapping my past onto the future. Oh, the worst things happened in the past will all again happen in the future. The feeling, the emotion that is happening at that moment, watching. Future. Yes. Reading your comments, I noticed that most people have a preference, a default direction. Knowing yours is useful because it tells you where to look when you catch yourself not being present. So it's good to realize, my mind is like my mind's default is this. Given the circumstances, what can I do? Yeah, we're going to look at that now. What are the things that are pulling us out of the present moment in daily life? The phone has become the most reliable presence thief of the modern age. Not because it's bad, it contains genuinely useful and often genuinely connecting things. I talk to my mom in Turkey every day, and I love that. But because of the speed and the reward structure it runs on the apps, the phone offers the mind exactly what the mind reaches for when presence feels uncomfortable: distraction, sensation of movement without the requirement of being anywhere specific. You can be on the phone and nowhere at all. And nowhere at all when the present moment has something difficult can feel like a relief, right? The problem is that the nothing in particular state is not actually rest. The nervous system is still stimulated. The mind is still moving. It's not an escape. This is not an escape. And the whole piled up effect of hours of low level, high speed, high novelty input is a nervous system that has forgotten how to be still. So, being on social media is taking our ability to be present more and more away. So, this is worth naming clearly and without judgment, without judging ourselves. Because all these apps, social media is designed to do that because they want us to stay there as long as possible so that we can click on an ad and we can buy something that will bring them money. It's all about money, the new religion, the new religion of the world. How about audiobooks? Audiobooks are good, Melinda. You can, if you are being present, listening to them. If you are not doing other things. For example, I don't find audiobooks working for me because I have difficulty focusing on what I'm listening, and I catch myself doing other things or looking at something and missing what I was listening to. So I don't do audiobooks. I read. I like reading because I didn't find them nurturing to me because the information I get from audiobooks doesn't stick with me. But with the real book, like paperback book, I can underline, I can go back. I like that better. Even ebook, because I can take screenshots on my tablet and go back to those. So yes, but for the ones who it's working, That's wonderful. Yeah, Melinda. Yeah, for your situation, like if it works for you, of course, it's good. So, our, like, yeah, distraction coming from all the apps we are addicted to. These are the thieves of presence. Another one is a particular kind of non-presence that many people going through hard times know well, the feeling of waiting, of having suspended life until the situation resolves, of being in a kind of holding pattern where real living will continue once the illness gets better, once the money situation gets better, once the uncertainty clears. The waiting feels temporary, but it can go on for months, sometimes for years. And that the life that was being waded through, the actual days, the actual moments, the actual texture of being alive in a specific body on a specific day, all of that passes by you, unmet, unrecorded. Presence is the opposite of waiting. Oh, oh. Presence says, this is the life, this specific, imperfect life. Difficult, ordinary day is the life, not a placeholder for the better version that's coming, the actual thing itself. The good news is that presence has a few allies. Distraction, Shira, the first one. Things that pull us back into the moment almost before we have time to choose it. It's worth knowing what yours are. So, let me tell you about those. Physical sensation, for example, is one of the most reliable ones. Cold water on your hand, the smell of something familiar and good, a sudden change of temperature, bare feet on grass or on wooden floors. These things speak directly to the nervous system in the present tense because you are coming back to your body. You are using your senses. And when you do that, your mind follows. The body arrives and the mind follows. Unexpected beauty, awe, is another. Looking at the sunset, a piece of music that cuts through what you were thinking. Yes, Geneva, Jinx. Something in nature that catches you off guard. A beautiful flower, a smell of it. The thing about unexpected beauty is that it requires your full attention to receive it. It doesn't wait for you to finish your thought. It arrives uninvited. And either you are there to receive it or you're not. Genuine human connection is another one. And it's very powerful. When someone looks at you and is actually there, listens to you with all their heart, all their being. When a conversation becomes real rather than performed or so superficial, chit chat. When you feel felt, genuinely met by another person. That quality of being present, only possible when both people are in the same moment at the same time. So It cannot be happening in the past or future. It requires now. Yeah, that's hard, Tam. That's hard. But there are ways. There are ways. She can get help for that if she is willing to. Sometimes presence is the same as waiting. Hmm, tell me more about that because I don't know about it. And I want to talk about something that brings last two sessions, attaches them to this one. Because there's a connection between presence and identity that I think is one of the most important things this series can offer. We spent the first session finding who you truly are, right? The self beneath the name, the body, the roles, the awareness that has been consistent through everything. Here's the thing, that self can only be accessed in the present moment. Hmm. The spiritual plane, the deeper identity we found 2 weeks ago, doesn't live in the past or the future. It lives in the now. And it's always available in the now. And when the mind is somewhere else, when you are in the replay or the rehearsal, you are also in that moment, cut off from your real self. Does it make sense? You are being your sorry, I have to my nose is itchy. I I worry that I'm gonna sneeze. So you cannot be your real self in the past or in the future when your mind is in the past or in the future. You can only be that when you are present. So now let's talk about what actually changes when presence becomes a real serious practice as a felt reality. Alyssa says something. I like that. Patience doesn't always mean passive. Waiting perhaps could be a form of cultivating patience, inviting us to be present. That's a good one, yes, absolutely. Patience is good as long as it is accompanied with action, even if in small doses. Patience and waiting, knowing something is coming, is good. Exactly. Oh, I love that, Tammy. Tammy says, waiting feels like not yet. Presence is seeing what's here. Yes, yes. Beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing. So, did you know that the real rest, the genuine real rest, only exists in the present tense? You cannot rest in yesterday or tomorrow. You can only rest right now. And what passes for rest in many people's lives, the hour on the couch with the phone, the evening in front of the television while the mind continues to pondering, going, that's not actually rest. Maybe the body is horizontal, but the nervous system is still in motion. So when you are genuinely present, something different happens. Your nervous system receives a signal. And that signal says, there's nothing I need to process right now other than this. And in that signal, the real recovery begins. Even 5 minutes of genuine present moment awareness, where the mind has stopped traveling and the body has softened into the actual moment, gives you more rest than an hour of distracted lying down. For people who are ill, for people who are exhausted by the sustained effort of getting through a hard time. This is not a small thing. Rest is not a luxury, it is a physical necessity. Not only physical, but also mental necessity. And presence is one of the most direct paths to it. So, Geneva, I like that. Yoga Nidra is an amazing way to be present and getting rest at the same time. Yes. Non sleep deep rest, Andrew Huberman calls it. NDSR. No, NSDR. So, here, something I noticed both in my own life and in the lives of people I work with. The moments that really sustain us, that we come back to, that we carry with us long after the situations that surrounded them have changed, are almost never the grand ones. They are small, specific, ordinary. Maybe a heart to heart conversation, a meal that was somehow perfect, an afternoon with someone you love where nothing especially special happened, but everything felt right. The moment a child did something that made you laugh in a way that came from the whole body. Those moments are sustaining because they were received, because you were there when they happened. And you can only receive a moment if you are actually in it. The moments you were half absent for, where the phone was nearby or the mind was already somewhere else, those moments happened, but they did not land. You did not register. They did not accumulate into anything because you were not fully there to take them in. So presence is what converts experience into something you actually have. And without it, life moves past you like a film you watched while doing something else. It doesn't stick. So let's get okay. We talked a lot about what is presence, non-presence, what are the barriers for us to be present, but what can we do? What can we do? So, is brainwave real? Yes, it is, of course. So, 4 practices I want to share with you. And, I know we are a little bit late for the meditation, but I don't care. I want to give you these practices. Small and specific and really doable practices I want to share with you. The first one, returning to body. That's so simple, easy. Whenever you notice your mind is somewhere else, reach for one physical sensation, the feeling of your feet on the floor, at least, the texture of what your hands are touching, the temperature. Just one for 10 seconds. Let the body bring the mind home. Just one physical sensation. Touch, taste, smell. The second one is the one sentence practice. Once a day, during something ordinary, try to fully engage one sense. Not all of them, just one. Like, let's say you're drinking your morning tea or coffee. Just be present with that and really taste it. How does it taste? What do you like about it? Walk from one room to another and actually feel your feet making contact with the floor. Listen to one piece of music from beginning to end without doing anything else, maybe closing your eyes and just listening. Because these are so specific of the one sense, that's why they work. One sense, focusing on one sense is so powerful. It's so easy yet powerful. Yes, full attention to one thing is far more restorative than divided attention to everything. And the third one is pausing while transitioning to anything, between tasks, between rooms, between conversations. Build in one deliberate breath, not necessarily as a ritual, but as a reset moment. A moment where you consciously arrive in the next thing rather than carrying the previous thing into it. For example, sometimes I have clients back to back. Maybe I have like 5 minutes. It's very rarely happens because in general I try to have like half an hour in between clients. But sometimes it happens because someone has to change their session and it turns out to be very close to the other one. So whenever the session ends with one, and let's say I have 10 minutes, I do whatever I need to do, but I come back to my desk and I sit down and I take my crystal, my citrine crystal in my hand, and I close my eyes, and I know that citrine in my hand, and I feel the coolness of it in my hand, and I just know, imagine that it cleanses me, it purifies me, it brings me to the 0 point so that I can let what I covered with my previous client go and make me ready so that I can serve my next client to the best of my ability. This takes only 1 minute, 2 minutes, but I I do that. This is my transition activity. And you know what? What you believe, your mind believes too. I believe that this cleanses me so that I don't bring any baggage from one session to the other. I don't bring any baggage from my own life to my client's session. You see? Find yours. Whatever works for you. Even just a little deep breath. The fourth one is being with difficulty rather than being about it. This is a subtle one. When something hard is present, there's a difference between being with it and being about it. Being about it means adding the story. Why this is happening, why me, what it means, how long it will last, what you did to deserve it, what could go wrong next. Being with it means simply, this is what it is. It is what it is. This is here right now. This pain, this fear, this sadness, this anxiety, it's here. I see it. Without the additions, without the stories. Because the additions create what the Buddhist tradition calls the second arrow. The first arrow is the difficulty itself. The second arrow hits, and that is everything the mind fires on top of it. Present doesn't remove the first arrow, but it stops the second one from coming in. And in many cases, the second arrow is the one causing more damage. You see. Do you feel drained or energized from your clients at the end of the day, or it varies? I feel in general energized, Melinda, because in general, my clients really like I feel so proud of them with the progresses they make in their lives, and my motto is always, whoever it is, whoever comes in contact with me, like everyone, let alone my clients, I aim for them to leave that conversation feeling better, which is contagious, obviously. When they are feeling better, I feel better. So, therefore, at the end of the day, if it's like I have 3 or 4 sessions a day, which I try not to do, of course I feel tired, but it's a beautiful tiredness. It's not like "Ugh, I'm drained," kind of. It's I'm tired, but I feel accomplished. You see, it's a good feeling of tiredness, and I have a good sleep after that. But yes, this my really my main focus is helping anyone and everyone who comes in contact with me to leave with feeling better, feeling better. Uh, be where your feet are. Oh, I love that. Dawn says, once I saw this quote on Inside Timer, be where your feet are. So I started saying, I am where my feet are. I love that. I love that. Oh, Kenneth, that's a good question. He says, we spoke about being present with not so great things, but what about being present with happy things? Savor them. Savor every second of it. Savor every minute of it. Like for me, when I sit in the backyard with my glass of wine in the afternoon after a long but accomplished day, full day, watching the trees, hearing the birds, enjoying my wine, petting my happy on my lap, talking with my husband, chatting, that is the best experience of my day. And I savor it. I be present, I enjoy every second of it. Try to savor. Use the word savor. And see what are the things that you savor in life. Yes. What are the things I savor that brings me a sense of beautiful presence? The things that you don't want to end. It's so good. It feels so good. Yeah? So let's get to meditation. But before that, Happy is a dog. He's a dog, Randy. He's a Yorkie Poo. He's going to turn 3 years old on August 25th. He's the light of our life. My husband and I are so much in love with him. I love him. I had many dogs, but this one is, I don't know, something different about him. He's the most precious thing. Okay, so let's get to our meditation, shall we? The quote today for the meditation is from John Kabat-Zinn. And who else? Like either Eckhart Tolle or John Kabat-Zinn. These are the like gods of presence, being in the now. Thank you, Alyssa, for your donation. Um, so the quote is, he says, wherever you go, there you are. It's very simple, yet just like the one Dawn said, be where your feet are. Wherever you go, there you are. It's so beautiful. It's so simple, yet so powerful. Yes, that's one of his books. Yes. So let's meditate now, shall we? Oh, thank you, Chris. You are so sweet. You are too sweet to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So let your body settle. You deserved it. You have been listening for a long time. Now it's time to just relax and just let it go. Relax, relax. Feel the surface beneath you, the weight of yourself held. Take a beautiful long breath in and let it go completely. Relaxing your shoulders, your jaw, your face, your eyelids, your forehead. Now, feel your feet. Really feel your feet. The soles, the heels, the contact between your feet and whatever underneath it. And remember, your body is always here in the present, always. And when you feel your feet, you are here too, just like Dawn said. If you haven't already, please close your eyes and listen. Listen to all the sounds you can hear far away, close by. What are all the different sounds you can hear right now, other than my voice? You don't need to identify them, just hear them. Let them be present without labeling them. Just sounds and just now. Now notice the air on your skin, the temperature of it, the slight movement of it. The texture of whatever your hands are resting on. Each sense you fully engage is a return to the present moment. And your body is doing this work for you. So let it. Now let your awareness expand a little bit to include whatever is present for you at this moment. The thing that was on your mind before you joined this session, maybe. Maybe a worry, maybe tiredness, maybe something that needs resolving. Let it be acknowledged. really acknowledged. This is here. This is real. I am not pretending it isn't. And then notice something else. You are also here, right now. In this room, in this body, in this breath you are taking in. And both things are true at the same time. The difficulty and the you that is here with it. Presence holds both with compassion. It always has. Now bring to mind one difficult thing, something you have been carrying. We all carry something. We all have unfinished business or things that worry us. And for the next few minutes, practice being with it rather than being about it. Being about it sounds like, why is this happening? What am I gonna do? What does it mean? How long will it last? What did I do wrong? While being with it sounds like, this is here, right now. I am with it. That's all. Just I am with this. And now, notice where that thought, that difficulty lives in your body. Is it in your chest? Is it in your belly? Is it in your throat? Just feel it without adding any story on top of it. And be proud of yourself, because this is one of the bravest things you can do. Staying with the experience rather than running from it in your mind. Now let the difficult thing soften slightly into the background and bring your full attention to this moment, this specific one. The breath moving in and out, the sounds of this room, the quality of this particular Friday morning. You are alive right now in this very moment, not in the past version of your life, not in the future you are worried about, but here, now, this one. And the you that is here, the awareness, the witness, the self is fully present in this moment, available and whole. And let yourself feel what it's like to be that, to be 100% present. Before we return, I want you to hear something. The fact that you showed up, the fact that you paid attention to the quality of the light, the sound of your own breath, the simple fact of being alive in a body that is still carrying you, is not small, but it's big. So thank you for giving this gift to yourself. And let awareness come back to the room. Once again, to the sounds around you. Take another deep breath in and a longer, complete exhale. Smile while you wiggle your fingers. Feel your feet on the floor. And when you're ready, open your eyes. The present moment is not a place you visit. It's the only place anything real has ever happened. From my heart to yours, with all my love and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Deb, for your donation. I so appreciate it. Gratitude lives in the present. Yes. Yes. When you feel gratitude for anything, you are already present. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Randall. Oh, thank you, Carrie, for your donation. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Christina. Teresa, Jazz, Ali, Wen. Thank you so much. Martina, thank you for your donation. I so appreciate it. Just one sec. I want to put next week's session as a postcard. Being seen. Next, no, it's not next week. Sorry. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, of course. Martina, thank you for your donation. Did I say it? Thank you, Janine. And I'm grateful for you. Elena, Don, Nancy, thank you for your contributions. Thank you for being this a dialogue rather than a monologue by me. Thank you, Vida. So, after this meditation, I want you to check in and feel if the quality of attention feels even slightly different than when we began. And I want to go back to the person I told you about who had the financial problems for a long while, living inside every feared future simultaneously rather than in the actual days they had. She told me, something once that I have thought about often since. She said, I spent so much time trying to figure out what was going to happen that I completely missed what was actually happening. And what was actually happening most days had something in it worth being there for. A meal, a good conversation, a morning that was really okay. I just wasn't there for it. That is the cost of chronic non presence. Not that the moments don't exist, they do, but you have to be there to receive them. And receiving them, really taking them in, is what builds the inner resource that makes the hard thing survivable. So, I want to remind you your practices for this week. The body, return whenever the mind travels, return to body with one sense. The one sentence practice once a day. One sense, not sentence. One sense practice once a day. The transition pause between tasks and being with one difficult thing rather than being about it. So start with whichever one feels most possible and let the others come when they are ready. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the quality of attention you bring every week and for the honesty you offer to this room. And thank you from my heart for your donations. Every one of them is so precious, so precious. I know they are all coming from your heart. And please, reminder, because we have more people than the beginning, next Wednesday, August 12th, is the total solar eclipse. I will be in Iceland. Please find out in your local place what is the solar eclipse time, and please just at the time just close your eyes, send compassion, love, joy, all the good things derived from love to the whole world, all sentient beings. I will be doing that. I will be in Iceland on behalf of all of you. I will be representing you, and I will be thinking of you while doing the same. Next week, no, I keep saying next week. In 2 weeks, because of Iceland's trip, I won't be here next week, but the following week, our topic will be being seen. Being seen. I hope you can join me. I can't wait. I will be missing you. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely weekend. And I'll see you soon. Oh, remember, never forget. Remember and never ever forget. You are loved. You are safe. You're never alone. And I love you. Each and every single one of you with all my heart. With all my heart. With all my heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, tomorrow is the 8-8 Lionsgate Day of Abundance. Yes, just be you. I love you. Bye bye. Bye bye.